The last patient. Dr. Mara Elwin had just finished a long day at her small psychiatric office when the phone rang. She almost let it go to voicemail. It was 7:58 p.m., and her last patient had canceled. She was packing up to leave, but something compelled her to pick up the phone. Elwin Psychiatric Service, this is Dr. Elwin. A pause. Then a man's voice, dry, precise. I believe I have an appointment, 8 o'clock. She checked her calendar. There was nothing. No, I don't. I was referred. Urgent case. I won't take long. The voice had a strange gravity to it, cold but polite. She didn't know why she said yes, but she did. All right, come in. She hung up, suddenly uneasy. At exactly 8 p.m., the man arrived. He was tall, wearing a long gray coat, no hat, no umbrella, even though the rain outside had turned into a storm. His hair was a thin and colorless color. His skin oddly pale. His eyes were the worst part, gray but hollow, like something was missing behind them. Thank you for seeing me, he said, sitting without being invited. Dr. Elwin took her seat across from him. She flipped open her notepad. Name? Call me Mr. Greaves. She wrote it down. What brings you in tonight, Mr. Greaves? He smiled. I'm here because of what I've done. Mr. Greaves began to describe unalives. Not just one, dozens, across decades. He spoke of remote cabins, stolen identities, silent suffocations, and people buried so deep no one would ever find them. Each one was more horrifying than the one before, and each story came calmly, like he was reading a grocery list. I once switched lives with a man for a year before ending him, took his job, his wife. No one noticed. Dr. Elwin kept writing, though her hands started to tremble. You're claiming these are real? She asked. He leaned forward. Don't you feel it, doctor? That what I say is true? She did. That was the terrifying part. The session dragged on. She glanced at the clock. 8:47? She blinked. The next time she looked, it was 10:16. She didn't remember the last hour and a half. What time did we start? She asked, confused. 8, as agreed, Greaves said, smiling. Her notes were different. The writing had changed, slanted, frantic. Pages filled with things she didn't remember writing. Quote, he sees everything. He's not a man. Stop listening. Stop listening. She quietly flipped the notebook shut. Tell me, she said, trying to stay calm. Why come here? Mr. Greaves tilted his head. Because you're the last one. Last what? Last person who still sees me. She didn't understand. He stood slowly. You've been very helpful, doctor. I feel lighter. It's almost time. She stood too, backing towards her desk. Time for what? He gave her a look of pity. Time for you to forget. The storm had passed when the police arrived the next morning. Dr. Elwin didn't show up for her next day's appointments. Her receptionist found her sitting in her office staring at a wall, unblinking. She didn't respond to her name, didn't blink, didn't move. She just sat, whispering to herself. 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. There were no recordings on the office's security system for that night. Her notebook was filled with the same phrase scrawled hundreds of times. Quote, he walked through my mind and locked the door behind him. A week later, another psychiatrist's office across the city received a phone call. I believe I have an appointment, 8 o'clock. They checked their calendar. No one was listed. But something about the voice made them say, yes. The end. Again, thank you so much for joining me for these silly, spooky stories that I am telling throughout the month of October for October Fright Month. Again, October is absolutely my favorite month of all time. I thought I would pair that with one of our favorite things to do in this community, which is WIP and chats. These, of course, will be short stories. I hope that you do enjoy them, that you come back every day to listen to them. I hope you tell people about the stories, that you share my video. Please hit like and subscribe. And I will see you next time, my friends. Loves.